Why do I not want you to carbo load? This was a great question that came in. Somebody had heard me on a public podcast talking about the dangerous side, and I wouldn't really say dangerous, but the negative side effects associated with carbo loading. Now, please stick with me through the context in the duration of this entire video because I want to clarify what did I mean about why I'm against carbo loading. But before I leave you on this video, I always want to make sure that you've got a solution and a better 10,000 foot view. The whole idea behind carbo loading is that you deplete the body, you essentially starve it of carbohydrates, and you deplete the stored sugar in the muscles. It's known as glycogen. Then the idea is that you eat a lot of carbohydrates, and that's going to load the body up with stored sugar. In a textbook environment, yes, it's true. But I want you to stop and think about what this does to your biomechanics as an individual and as an athlete. As an active individual, can you imagine if I took a 5-pound dumbbell, if I took 3 kilos and I just attached it to your right arm and had you go run? If I took and attached that weight to your left thigh and had you ride a bicycle? If I took that same amount of weight and I attached it to the top of your head and had you go ride a motorcycle or a bicycle or a mountain bike? I could go through the list and list, but stop and think about what I'm saying. When you take on excess body weight, and I'll explain how that happens here in a moment, how does that throw off your balance on your motorcycle, your bicycle, swimming, running? You work so much on biomechanics. You work on so much in regards to being efficient as an athlete specific to your sport. When you carbo load, when you eat something like a bowl of pasta or you eat an apple, anything that's a complex carbohydrate, I refer to it as a fruit, a vegetable, or some type of grain product, just in general terms. You eat a carbohydrate, your body converts it to stored sugar known as glycogen. But what people won't tell you, particularly the weight loss industry, is that when you eat a carbohydrate, your body converts 2.7 grams, it stores 2.7 grams of water as it converts an edible carbohydrate into stored sugar. It's all part of a chemical process that happens inside your body. So when somebody's advocating that you starve the body and then you give it a bunch of carbohydrates, they're exactly right. Your body will store glycogen. But what they don't tell you is the excess water weight. So you start doing the math on your own. You start putting on water weight. It's not very hard for you to put on 1.5 to 3 pounds of water weight. Now all of a sudden you've starved the body, you've been out there training. And when I say starved, I think you get the context of what I'm saying. You're depleting the body of stored sugar. You're still exercising. If you're on a race taper, intensity is high, the duration is low. You're going to deplete those storages with the idea that now you're going to replenish them. That's a big mistake, because it's going to throw biomechanics off for the reasons I just said. If you retain water, converting edible carbohydrates to stored glycogen, and then you're going to carry that water weight at different parts of your body, that's going to negatively impact biomechanics. Now let's take it a step further. Please stick with me. What I would prefer you to do is every single day you should be eating fruits, vegetables, which are high in water, high in electrolytes. Those are edible carbohydrates that stores the body with sugar. But you're doing the same thing every day. If you've watched any of our other videos, you know that I'm a big advocate for knowing what your calorie burn rate is and minimizing what that gap is. If you're burning 3,800 calories a day, you can't be getting by on 2,000. You're going to go backwards. It's a negative number. You're burning way more than you're taking in. It's going to excessively stress the system. The metabolism is going to slow down to match it. What I prefer you to do is every day your eating habits are pre-hydrating the body for the exact science that we just talked about. When you graze on fruits and vegetables and high quality carbohydrates, your body is retaining water. So now you're pre-hydrating the body, but you do that every single day. Your body weight on race morning should be the exact body weight that you've been seeing for the last month. We're trying to keep all the deviations to a minimum. So I hope you're really keeping this in context. When someone says deplete the system, then load up on a bunch of carbs, you're going to lose weight, then you're going to put a bunch of weight on, and then you're going to feel sluggish on race day. And I don't want that for you. So when we look at carbo loading, don't look at it as a special event. Look at it as a daily occurrence. And it's very simple to do. Snack on fruits and vegetables that are high in water, high in natural electrolytes. And because you're eating carbohydrates, your body stores water. And then when you go out and you exercise, your hydration levels are already topped off. Depending on your duration, you may not even need to hit any kind of outside source of hydration because you're hydrated from the inside out, and the duration and intensity doesn't necessitate taking in excess calories and fluids. So I hope this makes a little bit more sense about why I'm not a big fan of carbo loading as a special event, as I mentioned. Make it part of your daily habit, and you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to dissipate heat because you're properly hydrated. If you're properly hydrated, the muscles slide and glide, so you have better top end speed and endurance. It's a win-win-win, win-win-win for you. So let's not carbo load before your next upcoming event. That'll improve your biomechanics tremendously. If you happen to have a question or you need something clarified like this, please feel free to send in an email. You can do so at contact@coachrobb.com. We're answering a question today. And as always, I like to close by saying thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.